Hello and welcome back to Solid. My name is Jake. Thank you guys very much for joining me. Today is Friday night, May 9th, and that means it is time for a Battlehawks Bird's Eye preview. Personal news, I'm getting a haircut tomorrow. Happy about it. Been a minute. It's long. It's bad. It's whatever. Okay. Let's see. The Battlehawks, it is week 7, going into week 7. Battlehawks are playing at 2 p.m. Central. Luckily it's going to be on ESPN, so that'll be fun. That'll be nice. That it's not the Fox broadcast, because again, I don't like that one because they don't actually broadcast live. But it's going to be like a Mother's Day thing too. Like I got my in-law Mother's Day thing at 3. So I'm going to catch like the first, 45 minutes of this game and then pause it, and then I'm going to come back after that. Or maybe it'll be on over there. And I don't know. You understand. The schedule is going to be kind of fucked, and you're going to probably understand if your mom doesn't want to watch spring football on Mother's Day. So it's going to be, I don't know. We're going to see how this entire game works out. My plan, because this happened last year. If you remember last year, I believe it was the Battlehawks Birmingham Stallions game was on Mother's Day. And I watched it came on like maybe during, I can't remember exactly how it worked out. But I pretty much went over to this house, and then I just told everybody shut the fuck up about it and don't tell me what happened. I need to be able to watch it live. That way, like I'm not surprised by stuff, or I am surprised by stuff when I actually watch it. Whatever. You don't care about me. You don't care about me. Care about this game. Battlehawks playing the Showboats. Battlehawks are 4-2. Showboats are 1-5. Showboats have had just a bizarre season. I say bizarre season. Honestly, compared to other teams, it's like not super. Well, I'm thinking comparing it to the Defenders, because the Defenders have gone through like a bunch of different. Like they had the head coaching change like before the season, and then what's his name? Greg Williams quit. So no, this is definitely more bizarre because their head coach Ken Wiesenhunt, started the season and then took a few games away and then coached again and then straight up quit. So now their head coach is like what's his name, like Jim Norton. Let me look it up. It's Jim. I know it's Jim Turner. Jim Turner is their interim head coach. He's just their head coach, is what it is. Unless they don't do the Memphis Showboats. By the way, Memphis Showboats, best name in the league. Very good name. Okay, but they've had a bizarre season. They're on like their third quarterback now. It's this cat, Dresser Wynn. Dresser Wynn played for the Rams a couple years ago. Was like their third string guy, backed up Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz was a Ram. Remember that? Remember Carson Wentz being a Ram? I don't. But yeah, now it's this guy. Their wide receivers on offense, it's Jonathan Adams is pretty much their main dude, and he's good. I think he's got like the second most receiving yards in the UFL. They're getting this other guy, what's his name? Dawood Davis, number 2. So Jonathan Adams is number 9. Number 2 is Dawood Davis. I believe this is Dawood Davis's first game that he's played this season. But they don't have, I think Kwame Lassiter is not playing any this week. Let me look at the depth chart thing. That is the Battlehawks side. Memphis Showboats offense. Why does... Okay. Jesus Christ. This website sucks. This computer sucks. Everything sucks. Okay, so no. Kwame Lassiter, I think he's kind of good, but he's not playing, so it doesn't matter. So it's Jonathan Adams and Dawood Davis. That's pretty much what this offense goes through. They got this other running back now, Wes Hills. Last week he gave him a little bit of juice. So the Showboats are 1-5, but they're 1-1 with this new kind of quarterback thing that with Dresser Wynn. And they lost last week to Houston. They lost 21-20. They only lost by 1 point. And it was because Houston's defense made some plays, and to be fair, Dresser Wynn made some fucking mondo mistakes, throwing interceptions and stuff like that. But that's kind of what we're looking at here. So for the Battlehawks defense, we're still not getting Austin Falliou. Hoskins. What's our cat Hoskins' first name? Phil Hoskins, number 92. He has been sick this week. Freedom Akinmoladun has been playing with a knee thing. And he was a DNP on Tuesday. Then he was limited on Wednesday. I haven't seen the Thursday practice report yet, which is kind of weird. Anyway, this offense, what they do. So I kind of like the way that they were using Dresser Wynn and their head coach or their offensive coordinator Noel Mazzoni, Mazzone. It's either Mazzone or Mazzoni. I like Mazzoni, so I'm gonna say Mazzoni. But he schemes up good plays, good passing plays on offense, and he kind of made it easy for Dresser Wynn, because sometimes when Dresser Wynn was had to like make decisions, that's where those interceptions and like some bad plays came through. So I think what they're going to try to do is just kind of like scheme guys open, which sucks because that's typically what happens. Like whenever they do that kind of shit, rather than just running some, like teams do, like scheming guys open, which is what they should always be doing. But they don't do it that often. That's where this Battlehawks secondary kind of gets chewed up a little bit. But with Dresser Wynn, they're going to try to make it easy. Like he was kind of good at throwing on the move. Like he was going out to his right from pressure, and he was making some completions. They weren't like long ones or anything like that. It's not like he was rolling out and just fucking heaving it downfield or anything like that. But they were kind of giving him some stuff that was making it easy for him. And luckily, that shorter stuff, that's kind of where the Battlehawks defense really kind of works. Like whenever they're, why am I getting a phone call? Spam risk? Eat my dick. It is a Friday at 6:45. Piece of shit. What was I saying? They're making it easy for Dresser Wynn. That's what I was saying. Luckily, the Battlehawks defense is able to play. They play downhill, especially in coverage. They play downhill much better than they do in like when they're having to cover guys that are running across the field deep downfield. Another big thing, and I like this, and I think you should like this. Miles Sims no longer starting. It is Nick Whiteside, number 10. Nick Whiteside is going to be getting the starting reps at corner opposite Chris Payton-Jones. So that's a good thing. We like that because we really did not like the way that – or no, sorry, Miles Jones was starting. But now it's Nick Whiteside. Miles Jones, he's stinky butt. And I didn't like how he didn't play physically. So that's good. So we got a better of the corners. That's going to be in coverage over there. I don't know. I think really the plan here is that Battlehawks just can't miss tackles, which is good. Like when Memphis was having like some success, it was blown coverage by linebackers and by Houston's linebackers last week and missed tackles. And luckily, again, Battlehawks defense is pretty good at not missing tackles for the most part. I mean, they're there obviously, but it's nothing crazy. I think that the edges being Travis and Pete. I don't think Pete is going to have as good of a week as he did last week. But I think Travis Feeney should be able to win off of that left side. Carson Wells is also going to be back, so they'll have a better rotation there. But like I was saying with the as far as this entire defensive line goes, they're really going to be able to have to just make life hell for this offense. Because they really kind of like on their first play of the game last week, they had a big touchdown run. A big run for a touchdown. It ended up getting called back for because of a holding. So you really just got to make this. You can't let this offensive line get going. I mean, because once Memphis's offense kind of got in a groove, it was like, okay, they're cooking, and you want to be able to just kind of muck that up. And this defense is gonna have to get off the field on third downs. Can't do any dumb shit penalties. Can't make life harder for yourself, which it's been an issue a little bit. Let's see, what other notes did I have? There I don't like so what's it called? The Noel Mazzoni. He does scheme up good plays, but I think he might be dumb. I think he might, because he does some very confusing things, and I don't necessarily know if it's like a trying to throw defenses off. Like there was a 3rd and 8 last week, and he decided to run the ball. It was like on like their first drive, second drive maybe, but it's like I'm not entirely sure that was the move. I don't know. This offense, basically what it comes down to for Memphis is like they're definitely better than a 1-5 team, but they're not good. Like they've had 2 1-point losses. Now, to be fair, those 2 1-point losses were both to Houston. But I don't know, man. They also gave Birmingham like their first. They also beat Birmingham a couple weeks ago, and Birmingham has a good defense. So it's really kind of you just don't give up the big plays, which I understand is asking a lot from this defensive backfield to like not let those kind of chunk things happen. But again, I think that the Battlehawks have a good defensive line, like pass rush wise. So I think that they're going to be able to give Dresser Wynn some shit. Because again, he's new to this. He's played Birmingham and beat him, played Houston and lost to him, which is kind of weird because Birmingham's like they're not good anymore. But their defense is good, but like their offense, you know what? It's like a weird thing. I haven't necessarily been able to pin down his this Dresser Wynn's whole shtick. But yeah, you want to make sure that this Wes Wills guy doesn't get cruising because he did Wes Hills he doesn't get cruising because he was juicy last week. So that's kind of my point with this their offense. As far as the Battlehawks offense versus Memphis's defense, run on them, man, run on them. So the problem here is that Abdul Beecham. He's out for the rest of the season. Starting right guard, he's out for the rest of the season. It's still the hand thing. I guess Anthony Beck said something like he's been playing with one hand for the last 2 weeks. So it is going to be. It's no longer Donovan West. Or no longer Abdul Beecham. It is Donovan West now. Behind Donovan West is Cole Spencer. Who I don't believe we've seen. Jawan Bushell-Beatty is back instead of Bradley Ashmore. So take from that what it is. Bradley Ashmore, again, did not do well last week. So, you know, that's a good thing, but I sound dumb when I'm saying it. The Battlehawks, the only 2 games the Battlehawks have lost are the ones where Abdul Beecham's not on the field. So I don't know. I think the point here is that you got to be able to run on Memphis. You run on Memphis, which the Battlehawks have shown that they're able to do well, and you'll be able to get after them. Make sure that pass rush does not like kind of establish itself, because they do have a good pass rush. They were getting after Jalen McClendon last week, and I would kind of, man, it's not right, but Jalen McClendon is more. Or Max Duggan is more Jalen McClendon. Max Duggan is definitely more Jalen McClendon than he is Luis Perez, who we saw from the Renegades last week. I don't know. I would like so you got to be able to run on him. Luckily, the Battlehawks have a +1 in the run game with Max Duggan be able to carry the ball himself. I hope they do more of the north and south running with him, like they did against. Who the fuck did they play against in that? Not last week, week 5 against Michigan, when they were doing some north and south running with Max Duggan. So I kind of hope they bring that into, but definitely put the workload on Jacob Sailors. I would like to see Jacob Sailors get 20+ carries this game. I think that's. And I know it's kind of dumb to be like, yeah, the more carries that a guy has, obviously that means that the team is up and they're running the ball because they don't have to pass the ball. And the teams with more rushing attempts are typically teams that win because they're ahead. But I think that a key to this game is the Battlehawks getting Jake Sailors at least 20 carries before like halfway through the fourth quarter, if that makes sense. I think that this game is going to live and die on him, which obviously means that it's going to live and die on this offensive line too. Ja'Cour Pearson was on the practice report with a hip thing. He is playing. Hakeem Butler's been sick all week too, just like Phil Hoskins, but it says that he's going to play. So that's a good thing. Their corners cannot play soft. When I was watching, I was like, they're soft coverage, man. Like they're clearly trying to avoid that big play. So that underneath stuff is going to be there. And the Battlehawks did some underneath passing last week. And again, I was very impressed by the way that Battlehawks passing game kind of developed last week. Again, it wasn't good, but what did Max Duggan have it was a really bad completion percentage. I can't remember exactly what it is off the top of my head. Let me look it up real quick. But I did like the way that they only tried to do one pass behind the line of scrimmage, and that was to Jacob Sailors when they were trying to kill clock at the end. So I liked that. I liked what they were trying to do with the passing game. Don't throw the ball to Ja'Cour Pearson when he's behind the line of scrimmage. Let him go forward, do some out routes and stuff like that. So I think that's going to be a key here. Just mix it short and run. Just do plays with high success rates. Make them bring that safety down, and then Hakeem Butler will be there to get his fourth catch for his fourth touchdown. That's kind of Max Duggan was 7 for 19. That's a 36.8% completion rate. To be fair to him, Arlington's defensive backs were playing really well and getting some good breakups there. So I am less impressed by the Showboats defensive backs, but they are much better than their run defense. So that's kind of what we're looking at there. I don't know how much other stuff I have. Sorry, this is going to be kind of a short one because I have to leave here in like 7 minutes or something like that. So I need to be able to end this and post it before I dip out of here. But I think this one's pretty cut and dry, man. I think it'll end up being a pretty competitive game, just based on if a running game is working, it's going to be a lower scoring game. I don't think we're going to get any of those home run hits. Oh yeah, the guys that you want to watch out for on this Showboats defense. So for some reason this week they got rid of this cat PJ Hall, one of their defensive linemen who I thought was playing pretty well this season. They got rid of him, but they got this linebacker Steel Chambers. Fucking awesome football name. If Steel Chambers, the linebacker, the guy didn't have any other thing to do. Like, if your name is Steel Chambers, okay, you're either working on an oil rig or you're a linebacker. Okay, those are the two options. If you're not doing that, you're not going to get on you're not going to get I don't know, what is it? Just a regular old job. There's no guy that's like resealing driveways named Steel Chambers. Steel Chambers is a linebacker name, and he's pretty good. He's leading their team in tackles, and for a linebacker, that's kind of what you want to happen. I don't know, man. He flies around. He's good. So if there is a guy, it's going to be important for these blockers to get to the second level and just win up front. That way you can get to the second level. The offensive line needs to win up front. That way they can get to the second level. And again, they've done that before. We just haven't seen it in a minute. Like, I think it'll be fine. If you want to do some of those read options, I think that those will work. I don't think Steel Chambers is going to be the guy that they read. It's not like he's an edge or anything like that. He's kind of just an off-ball linebacker. But man, I think it's going to be very important to get hands on him, get him uncomfortable, make him guess. I think that counters will work with Jacob Sailors. I don't know. Again, I'm going to keep asking for it. I think an RPO game is going to work. I think that it's going to be important to get some of those play actions. That way you get the Steel Chambers cat to get uncomfortable, make him move towards the line of scrimmage. You run the ball a lot. You run a play action. You're going to have it open in the middle of the field. That's how that works. The game plan for the Battlehawks offense should be pretty simple. It should be. They'll find a way to fuck it up and make it uncomfortable and stuff like that. Don't you worry. Oh yeah, the Battlehawks also got rid of Denzel Mims. They just cut him. They got rid of Denzel Mims and picked up some other wide receiver. They also signed Teton Salt's backup tackle who was on the team last year. I'm just kind of saying stuff off the top of my head that I'm remembering. But anyway, going into prediction for this game, Battlehawks, I believe, are 5.5 point favorites in this game. They're 5.5 point favorites. I don't think they're gonna cover. Showboats, they keep games close, but they're just like not good enough. They just end up making dumb shit mistakes. I think that this game, Showboats, they don't score points. Like, the most points that they scored is 24 points, and they've only scored 20 or more twice. I think that this game is going to be a 22-17 win. That's what I'm going to count. Okay, so Battlehawks, let's see, 22 points. Let's see what that is. So they're going to score. They're going to get 3 touchdowns. That'll be 18. So we're missing 4 points there. They're gonna. Let's say they're going to score 2 touchdowns. They're going to get the extra point from both of those, and then they're going to kick 2 field goals. That's how they're going to get to 22. Or not say kick the extra point. They're going to get the 2-point conversion on both of those. So that would be 16, and then 6 more from Rodrigo Blankenship, because they love him. They love that Rodrigo Blankenship. I didn't mention this at the game last week. Rodrigo Blankenship was the one they gave the mic to. Before the game. That might have been the only time a kicker has ever been the guy to hype up a crowd. And he is not the kind of guy that looks like or has the voice to hype up a crowd. Anyway, Battlehawks scored 2 touchdowns and 2 field goals. That's how they get to 22. Showboats, I don't know what the fuck they're going to do, but it's going to be dumb. That's the thing. The Showboats are better than a 1-5 team, but they're not a good team. They're a 2-4 team. Battlehawks are 4-2. Battlehawks are going to win this game 22-17, go to 5-2, and be battling. We'll find out tonight, I guess, if the defenders. We'll find out in 3 minutes if the defenders make it to 5-2 and stay on top. They're playing the Brahmas, and the Brahmas stink. So it'll still be a first-place battle for the between the Battlehawks and the Defenders, really kind of ramping up to that Week 10 game against them to see if that first round of the or the XFL division is going to be played in St. Louis or in D.C. But that's where we're at. Battlehawks are going to win, beating an okay-ish team on both sides of the ball in the Memphis Showboats. They've got a few players, but it's not enough players to really be able to win games, and that's kind of what we've seen. Anyway, thank you guys very much for watching. This has been solid. Go Battlehawks, go Birds, Kakaw's the law, go Iron Birds. Anything that you say to anybody, they're going to be able to translate to as like you're a Battlehawks guy. Like I went to, you gotta find this hard to believe. I went to the grocery store again today, and I got out of my car, and I haven't got a car wash yet in a minute. And I was driving on gravel a couple days ago, and car's just dusty as shit. And guy said, I got out of the car, some. He wasn't even an old guy. He's just like a dad-ish kind of guy. Got out of his car next to me. He goes, oh yeah, you need to get a car wash. I was like, yeah, I do. And I don't want that guy. Don't point it out, dickhead. Don't point, like, yeah, I fucking know. Like, you think I'm an idiot? You think I don't see that my black car is covered in white? You stupid. But I said, yeah. And then obviously when I said that, he's like, oh, this is just a Battlehawks guy. That's all this is. That's where we're at. All right. I will talk to you guys on Sunday with a re-auction. I'm going to do a re-auction by itself after I find out what I'm going to do with watching this game. But yeah, I'll talk to you later. Bye.